You launched your LinkedIn newsletter. You got hundreds or thousands of subscribers within the first 72 hours. Now you're asking yourself this one very important question. What do I do now? In this video, I'm going to share 5 things you should do once you launch your LinkedIn newsletters. These 5 things will keep you from becoming one of two entrepreneurs. The first type of entrepreneur is the one who launches their LinkedIn newsletter, who publishes maybe 1 or 2 editions after the fact, and then who then ghosts the project completely. The second one is the type of entrepreneur. They publish once every week, but after even 12 weeks, they still haven't converted one subscriber into a paying client, which means that their messaging is completely off. By the way, if you did launch your LinkedIn newsletter by listening to one of my videos, share in the comments because it shows me that the free content that I put on YouTube is truly making a difference. So let's get to the first thing. The first thing is that once you launch your LinkedIn newsletter, go to your activity section on your profile. Click the pencil by your activity section and then click newsletters. What this will do is make sure that the first thing that people see within your activity section is your LinkedIn newsletters instead of your posts. What that will do is transform your profile from looking something like this around your activity section to looking something like this. And from the get go, you will be positioned more of a thought leader. You're basically saying, look at all these free things that are helpful that prove that I am the expert that I say I am. Here's the library, check it out. The second thing is to make sure that you are reviewing your subscriber list. By each of the names of the people who subscribe, you will see a 1, a 2, and a 3. If they have a 1 by their name, that means that you can message them at any time and they are already a first degree connection. If they have a 2 or a 3 by their name, that means that they have yet to connect with you. It's now in your hands to make the move. The way that I recommend doing this is to state the obvious. Go to their profile. You would then personalize the connection note and say, hey, I saw you subscribe to my LinkedIn newsletter. Let's connect. Whatever you do, just don't bombard them. You want it to be a back and forth conversation. This is something that people get extremely wrong about LinkedIn DMs. They send DMs that look like this. It's like the length of a book. And then they wonder why nobody replies. Every single week, you should be auditing this list. Why? If you don't turn them from a second or third degree connection into a first degree connection, then you will not be able to directly invite them through the event feature to future LinkedIn live video events, which you definitely want to do. The third thing is to prepare your next 4 newsletters. Part of this preparation is choosing what a sustainable system for publishing these newsletters looks like for you based on your bandwidth, based on your strengths. For me, I prioritize video. So even this video, I'll take the transcript of this video and that transcript will be turned through our Growth Academy GPT tool into a LinkedIn newsletter. And it may be turned into more than one. I can take this video and I could compile the 5 steps within one newsletter, or I can compile one step within each newsletter, giving me the opportunity to turn this video transcript into 6 different newsletters. If you're a better writer, maybe you start with your LinkedIn newsletter. That LinkedIn newsletter can turn into short form video scripts or a foundation for your LinkedIn live video events. Once you choose a system that aligns with your business and your strength, you want to truly prepare your next 4 editions. For the first 2, I would suggest long form educational style, maybe a video embedded in the newsletter, something that looks like this. And I suggest answering questions that your top clients ask you. In this particular video, I'm answering the question, I launched my LinkedIn newsletter. What do I do now? I've received this question 20 times in the last month. And so I'm creating the video. From that video, the transcript will be taken, thrown into our GPT tools. If you want the link to that, it's in the description. And then from there, LinkedIn newsletters could be generated. But the point is that I'm not starting from la la land. I'm starting from a question that I know from back-end evidence that top clients ask about. Why is this important? Because within the context of these editions, you want to prove that you know what you're talking about. And when you can answer a question in depth and share use cases, past experiences, nuances that they should be looking at, it proves that you really are the expert that you say you are, instead of just superficial stuff that anyone can find with a Google search. The 3rd edition within your LinkedIn newsletter, I would probably publish a case study that looks like this or like this. And case studies are a great way to start converting through your LinkedIn newsletters. In fact, live video with LinkedIn newsletter case studies are probably one of the fastest converting duos that I've seen being leveraged on LinkedIn, especially if you're a consultant with a very high ticket offer, 50K, 100K for your services for a year. I would start leveraging both of them together. This is what I do with my one on one clients. The fourth style of newsletter would be an email style newsletter. Because remember, one of the powers of the LinkedIn newsletter is that it doesn't just depend on the algorithm, it gets delivered to all of your subscribers' inboxes on behalf of LinkedIn. And it has about a 45 to 50% open rate on average. Meaning, again, if you have 1,000 subscribers, 500 guaranteed eyeballs, well, really 1,000, but 500 guaranteed people are going to be reading your LinkedIn newsletter every single week. For the fourth edition, I would highly suggest leveraging the email style of the newsletter to invite people to an upcoming LinkedIn Live video event. Yes, you should have an upcoming LinkedIn Live video event. The fourth thing to do once you launch your LinkedIn newsletter is to understand that the growth of your LinkedIn newsletter will be dependent heavily on the type of content that you create and whether you create consistently. Why? Because from this point forward, whenever someone new that's not a follower, that's not a connection, lands on your profile, they will get an automatic notification from LinkedIn that says something like, hey, do you want to subscribe to John Doe or Jane Doe's newsletter? If I'm not following you, I've never seen you before, I come across a short video of yours on the feed, I watch it, I click on your profile. Again, I'm not following you, have never been connected with you. LinkedIn will give me notification, hey, do you want to subscribe to Jane Doe's newsletter, John Doe's newsletter? If it is relevant to the content that I just watched or I find it interesting, I will click accept. If not, I will click ignore. The more new people that land on your profile, the more people get that notification, the faster your LinkedIn newsletter subscribers will grow. In plain terms, it's going to be extremely hard to grow your LinkedIn newsletter by just publishing weekly without also posting content on the feed, including short form video, text posts, images, even carousels and polls. So if you thought you were going to get away from content, you thought wrong. The fifth thing to do once you launch your LinkedIn newsletter is to make sure that at least once a month, you are looking at your analytics. LinkedIn will share the open rate of the newsletter and also the article impressions. I like to focus on the open rate because it shows how many people actually received it in their inbox and then how many people opened it, because the ultimate power of it is reaching people in their inboxes on behalf of LinkedIn. I like to have that metric be number one. That's the number that I personally prioritize with my clients. If within your first four newsletters, the average open rate was 45%, and then you have one out of the four that's 55%, you have to look at why. Is it the style of the newsletter? Is it the topic? You need to do some testing. But the worst thing that you can do is just completely ignore the analytics in general, to not double down on the style and the topics that make the most sense for your audience based on the data.